Hi, this time I wanted to show you different tips and tricks for corner to corner crochet, and I have made this, and I'm going to make it into a pillow by sewing it together with this one. And while I do that, I thought you could watch some clips of me showing different tips and tricks for making this project and what made it a little bit easier perhaps. Let's do this. In this video I want to show you how to make bobbins, how to change colors, how to turn your work in an easier way, and lastly I want to show you the results. Shuttles and small balls of yarn. It's very practical when working. If you want to do multiple colors, that you have little shuttles of yarn. You can make shuttles with clips like I'm doing, or just by winding little balls of yarn. To change color, you have to, when you slip stitch into the next space to do the next square, just do it with a different color, like I'm doing right now. You can have a separate shuttle for every time you need to change color, and that will be pretty, but you will have a lot of ends to weave in at the end. So what I suggest you do is you carry through some of your colors. It's perhaps a good idea before you start to figure out which colors can be woven into each other, meaning that this gray and this red is not really a problem. They don't show up that much when you weave them into each other. But if you were to weave in, say, black to white, you might really be able to see those colors when they're on top of each other. So you can choose whether to carry or whether to have shuttles at every point where you're going to change colors. To find a pattern, you can easily go online. There's a lot of ways available. You can just go to Google, especially if you're not planning on selling any of these, then you can just go and take whatever pixel art you want and you can work from that. I made this pattern myself of a picture. I just made a grid and then filled in with the different colors while looking at the picture. Now, this is gonna seem a little bit silly, but when I made the first attempt at this, I actually made it perfect on one side and then the other side was completely crooked, and you're gonna see that at the end. So what I figured out was a really good idea for me was to look at the pattern and then place these clips before starting to work. So here you can see I have the red clips wherever I need to do a red square, and I have the blue stitch marker for a white square. I have no markers for the black, so whenever there's nothing, there's a black, and I have a purple for when I need to do the gray. And also along the way, because I made an entire project that was just waste, I am now continuously counting while I am doing this. In order to turn your work, I tried a lot of different things, and this was just the best thing that I could come up with. So basically, to turn your work, you put all of your shuttles, all of your yarn on top of the work. Then you turn the work upside down. And then you flip all of your shuttles and all of your balls of yarn onto the table. This will still make them tangled a little bit, but not nearly as much as if you're just... In the beginning, I was just turning and then sort of trying to rearrange my my yarn as I went along, and it was just a mess. So this was a lot of work. I think if I ever do this again, it's going to be easier, and I think I wanted to give you these tips because I think they really helped me, and it really made the project, this time at least, a little bit easier to complete and to do in a manner I was happy with. So here you're just seeing me finish the last stitches, and I should have done a row all the way around. I'm gonna do that at another time, doesn't matter. But I'm gonna do a gray, yes, gray row all the way around, and then I'm gonna turn this into a pillow. As you can see, I also wove? I've been weaving in ends as I went along, because it was just easier than having all of those ends at the end. Because there's nothing, for me at least, there's nothing worse than finishing a project and then having to sit there for hours weaving in ends. I really like crocheting, but I really do not like weaving in ends. So here you can see the eyes are symmetrical, and I'm happy. And this is deadpool. Yeah, I know. And here are all the ends that I am happy that I am not going to weave in. So I finished my pillow, and I am happy with that. I hope you were happy with the tips and tricks, and that you will give Corner to Corner a try. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that 2016 is going to be an amazing year for you, and I hope to see you on Friday.